Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will start by covering December 27th to January 2nd, or whenever you get it to watch, as I always intend these to be timeless readings, meaning whenever this video shows up for you, that is the time that the messages are meant for you. So welcome. Final recording, final reading for 2020. And I have really been feeling red energy, root chakra energy, grounding energy, passion energy. So the cards I chose this week, my intention is it messages for empowerment, fuel to move you into 2021. Energy, the intention is messages of empowerment to propel you energetically. It's like your gas, it's your fuel to get you through into 2021. So the cards I'm going to be using this week are Angels and Ancestors, Queen of the Moon Oracle, Divine Animals Oracle. This is a new deck that I love. Then I will be using Mystical Wisdom, and I will be finishing with a Moonology message. So here's the thing, we're ending 2020 with a full moon in Cancer. We started the year with the Cancer Capricorn energy, and now we're ending with the Cancer full moon. Remember, it's the energy of intuition, it's the energy of emotion and feeling, and so again, there's a release, a purge, but also I feel like these messages are intended to gas you up, to fill you up. It's almost like I see, like when a rocket takes off, right, to go into space, it's powered by fuel. It's powered by a fire to get you moving, right, to propel you upward. So I'm hoping, I pray that message, that energy, fire energy, root chakra energy, pulls you or propels you into the new year in an empowering way. So let's start. Let me open up space. Let me invite in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light who would like to assist with this guidance for you this week. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good, and the best and highest good of all concerned. All right, we start. I'm noticing the owl already. Owl medicine gives us the gift of being able to see the unseen. So for some of you, maybe you'll be activated in your intuition, or being able to see the unseen beyond the veil to comfort, support, teach, and inspire others. Okay, angels and ancestors. What's the most important guide that wants to come out to empower the Earth Angels this week as we move out of 2020, move into the energy of 2021? Let's see here. Okay, let's go with that one. Here we go. Animal guardian, trust your instincts. It's interesting because I was starting the reading, and I was going to actually pull all animal cards, animal energy. That's why I pulled the Divine Animal Oracle cards, because I was inspired by animal medicine. So I'm so grateful this came in. So again, we have another card. I don't think all the cards... Yeah, no, not all the cards have the owl in it. I just wanted to check and make sure. Not all the cards have the owl in it. So I mentioned it in the beginning, and now here it is again. So, gosh, look at this. We've got raven energy. We've got deer energy. Deer energy is the animal medicine of gentleness. Raven is the energy of sight, spiritual sight, being able to see beyond the veil. I'm thinking this is a cat or a panther. Same difference, but cats in Egypt we're like the protectors, right? So I feel like the animal guardian here is reminding you as you move out of 2020 into 2021 that you have, I feel like, the divine mother, the divine nature, you have the vibration of the unseen world that comes alive, that's speaking to you. So I feel like open your eyes, open your physical eyes. In order to see signs, we have to be fully present in the moment to experience them. So I feel like this is being guided the message is you can be empowered by what you see, the signs you see, numbers, animals, synchronicities, letters on initial license plates, let's see, colors, repetitive colors over and over again. We're moving into 2021, which is the year of the 5, which is about transformation and change. I feel like you're really going to need to be able to trust yourself and your own internal guidance, your own internal compass. And I feel like Mother Nature is going to assist you with that, the unseen, right? And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's the work that I do, right? I'm a seer. I am a keeper of divine wisdom. I'm a wisdom seeker, right? So I had to learn early on to trust the guidance that comes through me and try to understand what is divine and what is the ego part of me. So you're being strengthened this week as you go into, I've been seeing the crows a lot. They've been speaking to me and I'm like, I hear you, I see you, I feel you. And now personally, I'm going into a 9 in my 9-year cycle. And so next year for me is about endings and completions, the death of things, right? Things cycling out of my life. And so I'm at that place where I was nervous at first, but I'm like, bring it on. I'm ready for it. Let me release this 9-year cycle that I'm in. If you're curious about your numbers, my life purpose session, my video chat is a phenomenal session for us to dig apart those numbers so that you can have more clarity about where you're at and where to be focusing your energy. It's really empowering with your own trusting your instincts. So I'm going to call on the Queen of the Moon Oracle cards, and I'm going to ask what medicine, what's being gifted to you? I like these cards. I want to tune into the energy of the full moon. Full moon is about releasing and purging. And I want to ask Queen of the Moon Oracle, the energy of the moon, what is being gifted to you? This week? What is being gifted to you this week? As we call in the animal guardians, Mother Nature, Mother Moon, the shadow, the unseen, the void, the womb. What energy? All right, there we go. Something popped out somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this popped out and flipped. Wow. So the card that came out, wow. Hot moon. Hello. So it says it's the hot moon, and what's being gifted to you is extremes. Look at this. I had just talked about the red energy, the fire energy, the hot energy. So this can come out in a few ways. It can become about anger. Maybe information is going to come out. Maybe some things are going to come out in society, in the world, that's going to push our hot buttons. And what happens is when something pushes on us, when we have like a burden on our heart, when something squeezes us, it's giving us a sign about something we're passionate about, right? It's giving a sign, wow, my health is really important. I'm passionate about my body. I'm passionate about my beliefs. I'm passionate and protective of my family. I'm passionate and protective of my again, extremes, my experiences, my beliefs, right? So maybe this week you're going to get like fired up. And if you can see it as like, if it is anger, if you can look at the anger with as it's got messages for you. There's something that's being purged and released, and what can you learn from it? I also see passion. So this is card number 34. 3 plus 4 equals 7. Again, another message of unseen, right? The number 7 is usually when people are in their life past 7. When people are in a 7-year on their 9-year cycle, it's usually a year of inner quest, inner wisdom, inner truths, and being able to go in self-healing, self-journey, spiritual evolution and discovery. So, maybe this is about what's inside. What are you passionate about, right? There was a big giant pause this year. 2020, I feel, was like the year of like the liminal space. A lot of things ended 2019 and before and this year. And then we don't really have the new beginnings coming in yet. So it's like the space in between. And this is where we can get antsy and anxious and annoyed and aggravated and meddling and trying to make something happen and nothing's working because we're supposed to be pausing and recharging and regrouping. So I feel like these are messages saying, hey, we're going to give you guidance and direction. We're going to activate that fire within you to be an advocate for, to be an inspiration for, to be a what's the word I want to use? To be like activated, to share your truth, to share what's on your mind and your heart. Some of you may have an experience it's really going to press you and you'll have to go within. The Christmas message, we talked about truth and integrity and what do we believe in. Are you going to stand in your convictions? Are you going to stand by what you believe in, right? So, for example, people are really passionate about their health and exercise and healthy foods and reading and nourishing their brains and their minds, right? So that might be challenged, right? With influence and expectations. Maybe this year gyms were, here in Rhode Island, gyms were shut down. And so how does a person who values health adjust when their gym is shut down? Or where do you adjust and how do you continue to stay on course and maintain what your values are, right? It's almost like that influence in the world is really squeezing at us. Do we cave? Do we just go along with? Do we just throw all caution to the wind? Or do you get passionate about it? Or do you take a stand? Now, this isn't about being angry. This isn't about like making people believe what you do. It's about being an embodiment, being an individual, being a whole and complete being. After all the work you did this year, stepping into your full power and believing in yourself. Wow. I mean, that is amazing. Extremes. You're gifted with passion. You're gifted with fire. You're gifted with, again, that the release and the purge of energy. I also see like the volcanic energy too, erupting and coming out. So, wow, it's exciting. Let's see here. All right, well, now let's get into the Divine Animals Oracle. Okay, so let's see, what animal medicine? What animal message? What animal spirit? This will be like a message of empowerment, animal medicine that you can use this week to guide you and support you. What's the most important message? Animal medicine for this week. Oops. My box almost fell over. Made a big noise. Let's see here. Animal medicine wants to come out. I love these cards. They're the perfect shape. They slide perfectly. All right, let's see here. Happiness, right? There's so much going on here. Dolphin energy. So the dolphin energy are communicators. They're family oriented. We have a card here, 4 + 2 = 6. There's a pregnant woman here. Whale energy is coming. Is that whale or dolphin? Let me see here. Hold on a second. Oh no, I think it's fish is coming out of the water. Fish, you know, when I think of fish, I think of like food, sustenance. And so happiness is feeding your family, your community, your neighborhood. So this might be activating this passion for your family, your home, your community, maybe your state, maybe your country that you're living in. And so even though this comes up with fire and passion, I feel like dolphin medicine is coming in and saying, listen to the wisdom of the heart. Listen to the fire in the belly. This isn't supposed to come out where we need to prove something. We need to project something on somebody. This is about, it should be like happiness, excitement, joy. When I do this work, I have so much passion into it, and I have this pull, this calling to be of service to humanity in the way God made me. And because of that fire, because of that passion, it brings me joy, right? And so I feel like for some of you, this might be connected to family, home, community. Remember, you're birthing new things. Some of you are birthing new ideas. You're still in a space of cocooning. How can you feed your soul to overflowing and then share it with others? I also feel this week, like fill up on your resources. So fill up energetically, fill up your heart and your soul with like love and happiness and joy and fun and creator and the universe, and fill up on nature. And here in New England, I'm here in Rhode Island, and today's a beautiful day. It's cold, it's chilly, but the sun is shining and it's beautiful. And I was outside this morning. I was getting ready to speak on my my live New Year's message. If you didn't catch that this morning, you can go on my Instagram page, Growing with Gladys, or you can go on my Heavenly Hugs page, at Heavenly Hugs, and you can watch that recording. And I was outside before the recording with my dog, and I was kind of like getting anxious because he wouldn't come in because I was dressed, and I think he thought I was going to leave. And so I'm like, come on, trying to lure him in with a treat. And this bird, I think it was like an orange-breasted bird. We see them everywhere, and there's such beautiful medicine for them. And it literally just flew into the tree and was like watching me, almost telling me like, have patience. He doesn't need to feel your anxiousness, right? Have patience and pause. And I just took in the medicine of the bird that kind of filled me up, and it kind of made me giggle. It ate a berry on the tree, and I was talking to it saying, don't eat those berries, you're gonna get drunk. They're like fermented. And he just ate it. So we're having this conversation. Meanwhile, my dog softened and he got excited about his treat and he came in. So I feel like I was using the support of nature to calm my energy, to relax, knowing that my energy was having influence on my anxiousness. And, I got to get ready, and I got to get online, and I got to make sure everything's working. And so I was feeling that energy come up, and I feel like the bird was just kind of reminding me that it was affecting everything around me. And so maybe that's what comes up this week. Your anxiousness or your uncertainty or your fear might come up this week. And how can you transform that energy into passion? How can you drink in the medicine of the animal kingdom that's speaking to you, right? To bring you comfort and joy. I love that. So let's see. All right, dolphin energy. What additional information, message, guidance do you have? Let's see here. What message, dolphin, do you have? Let's go a little bit further with the message of happiness. What else do you want the earth angels to know about that? About happiness, extremes. Let's see. Intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your instincts. Trust your intuition. You know, when I do numbers and numerology with life path work, the number 7 is about trust and openness. So I feel like there's some message, some guidance here that speaks to the word trust. Trust Creator. Trust nature. Trust the universal messages that are coming to you, because that will be your pull, your calling. That will be your, I want to say, like being an advocate for. There's a vibration in that energy. It's not about fighting. It's not about influence. It's not about forcing something. It's about being passionate for something. It's about trusting the call on your heart to be an advocate for, to be a messenger, to be a guide, to be a beacon of light. And that is like through our own way of being the example, right? Be the change you wish to be in the world, you wish to see in the world. And remember, law of attraction, when you experience that within you, then you start to see it as above, so below, as within, so without, right? You start to bring that energy out. And you start to see it in your own world. So I'm feeling the calling for us to be magical, meaning like create the environment, more of this or something even better. Trust your instincts with being able to say, yes, this is going to work for me, or no, this isn't going to work for me. I think there's going to be influence. I spoke about that in my New Year's reading. It's funny because I had a whole different thing planned. I had a ton of notes. And in my New Year's reading, when I channeled, it wasn't anything. It was a small fraction of what I prepared. And I just channeled something completely different. And I talked about influence versus inspiration. I feel like you're going to be called. You're going to be called to be a beacon of light. You're going to be called, or maybe that light within you is going to be ignited. You're going to be called to be an inspiration by the work that you're doing, the experiences you have, your voice, right? This isn't about fighting people. It isn't about trying to prove our points. It's about being the embodiment of light and love on this planet. And sometimes that can be a challenge, right? So I feel like the dolphin medicine is saying, how can we activate the energy of happiness on the planet when we have influence that says you should be negative, you should be sad, you should be angry. Now, yes, we can feel all those things, we can experience all those things, but when we allow them to move through us, there's wisdom and knowledge and insight there. There's teachable moments in that. There's experiences that we can help others with that. So intuition, trust your intuition, trust your instincts. It's magical. I just feel like it's exciting, and it's a new way. We're stepping into this age of Aquarius, right? December 21st, they said activated this energy of this age of Aquarius. And it's the embodiment of freedom. So let me see here. Trust and openness. Trust in the divine that flows through you. Being open to other ideas. Being open to other thought streams. Research. Educate yourself. Pull back. What feels right? God has prepared you. God has given you everything you could possibly need. If you see something, experience something, feel something that doesn't seem right or out of alignment, pray, right? Call in the armies of angels, speak to it, be the voice to it. But like I said, I'm really feeling there's a fine line here between anger and rage and passion. So I don't know how that's going to translate to you. Remember, none of it is bad. It's all like an experience that can challenge us, that can move us in different ways. So I took a peek at the bottom of the the deck, and I feel like I want to pull it out because the message was Angel of Miracles. Open your heart and expect a miracle. So there's a lot of divine feminine energy here. We've got the number 7, passion. I just feel like the root chakra. We've got animal medicine. We've got divine feminine essence here, a pregnant woman. How can you call on the divine mother? How can you call on the divine feminine? Maybe that's going to be activated within you this year, and you'll be moving forward. Kali is fiery. Kali is passionate. Kali is protective. The goddess. Kali is the remover of the rose-colored glasses that helps us see truth. And when we can see all facets of truth, we can trust our own decisions and going forward. So I just feel like I just see this, I don't know, veil being lifted, or this, it's almost like something's behind the curtain, and I just see the finished result being revealed this week, whatever that means. So check in with me. Leave me a message in the comments. Let me know what that means to you. Let me know how you feel about that, or let me know what comes up with that. Because again, I don't know until things start to happen. So open your heart and expect a miracle. Angel of Miracles. Move mountains with Creator. All right, here, okay, so let me see here. What is the message? What is the overall theme for this week? This feels intense. It feels happy. It feels intense. So I'm going to ask the Moonology deck. Moonology. What's the overall message to this? How do we bring it all together for insight, understanding, and support? Okay. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Interesting. Dolphins are communicators. They communicate through sound. So I feel like, okay, so there's a couple messages here. Communication is key. Communication with the divine. Remember, the universe abides by the law of free will, especially God. We have the free will to ask for assistance or do it ourselves, right? I feel like the divine is saying communication is key. Speak to us. Ask us, call upon us. But also, too, there needs to be a pause to listen, to receive the guidance. Just because we sit down in space and ask and wait doesn't mean we're going to get an answer, right? We don't always get what we want. We always get what we need, though, a need that nourishes our soul. So maybe this week, you're feeling motivated, you're feeling ready, you're feeling fired up, you're feeling, what can I do? How can I be a beacon of light? Communicate with the divine, especially Mother Nature. You know, I'm connected to the Native American spirit, vibration, the Great Mother. That's a lot of the personal work that I do, and there's a specific deck of cards that I use that I don't use in these readings, and it's like my personal guide. So it's Native American influence, and I feel like a lot of the messages I get is about how to communicate with the unseen, how to communicate and receive messages with the divine feminine, Shakti energy, right? So communication is key with the divine. Communication is also important with yourself. You have different parts of you. We talked a lot this year about the divine masculine, the divine feminine, balancing within the inner child. We talked about pause and stillness, rest and recharge. And so I feel like you're really going to have to be present in your physical body, communicating with yourself, right? How are you feeling? Okay, this part of me is scared. This other part of me feels fired up. This other part of me feels feels like I'm getting all these downloads. This other part of me feels like I got a headache, or I feel achy in my body. So really communicating with yourself, or hearing and listening to your physical body is another form of communication. Again, dolphins communicate through sound, right? Their sound waves travel, right? Sonic sound waves, is that the word? And so you're being asked to elevate, to listen to the higher frequencies, the higher vibrations. It seems like kind of like Morse code. Like you have been downloaded with the wisdom of what I would interpret as like Morse code, right? Morse code is like the tapping, right? And there's different tapping means certain things. So you have been downloaded through your dreams, through astral travel, through your shifts, your shedding and purging this year with knowledge and wisdom that I feel like is going to be activated. So maybe the universe is saying we're going to start communicating with you in deeper ways. I'm seeing some of you drawing pictures, shapes, symbols. I'm seeing like artwork come out that is higher vibrational. I'm seeing, when I finished my live this morning, I went on for about 70 minutes or so. And when I finished, I told, because I couldn't see any of the comments on Instagram. And I had told the group, everybody who had commented and everybody who liked the video, that I was going to pray for, I was going to send energy to after it. So after I finished, I was going to take all that energy, I lay down on the floor, and I just breathed the divine breath of all that energy out into all those people. And then my intention was all the people who are going to see it in the future, and all the people who passed by it and who wanted to receive that. And what happened was after I finished, I was laying there and just feeling the release of the energy. And I saw masters, ascended masters, wise ones, beings. They were like saints and guides. They were people, but they were like high vibrating wise ones. And they all looked at me and they got down on their knees and they bowed. And it moved me to tears. It was like I felt their gratitude for speaking the message, because there's a part of me that says, well, what do I have to say? What do people need to hear from me, Gladys Ellen, little Gladys from Rhode Island, right? And I've been really working on the stopping of thinking that way, right? Because it's limiting, and it's the ego part that wants to keep me in this comfort zone. And so I took a moment and I received the honor of that gratitude from these beings. Now, I don't usually see like imagery in that way. So it really kind of struck me that I felt all these guides just bow down to me, almost like we have to do this together. We need to work together. I told you I had another whole thing planned. As soon as I opened up space, something else came out of me. So we can plan to a certain degree, but we also need to learn to listen, to open up, to communicate from the divine, the pull, the calling, our heartstrings, right? The essence that comes from our heart, and not necessarily what we think we should be doing, because it's worked for this or that, or it's worked in the past, because that stuff is changing, right? That vibration is changing. So with that, miracles flow through us, experiences move through us, right? We become a beacon of miracles as we pray for people, as we love them, as we support them, as we empower them. Their lives will change, and then they'll go out and they'll tell their stories and they'll help people. And we really gotta do it this time. So many of you are stepping into this power, this empowerment to make the changes, to like change the world, whatever that means. You've got the backing of the guides that are working with you, through you. new moon here. It's the void, right? It's the abyss. It's the shadow. There's so much influence of the divine feminine here and speaking to the wisdom within. But I almost feel like you'll be doing it with your eyes wide open, right? Like I've been seeing the crows. I've been hearing the crows. I love their magical medicine. I get excited when I see them. I'm like, yes, bring it on. And it's not something I'm doing in meditation. I'm seeing it. My physical eyes are open and my third eye is open. So I feel like that's the message this week. You're going into 2021 with your eyes wide open, your physical eyes, right? Your heart chakra is wide open in a beautiful way because you've learned about safety and security and stability and boundaries and what works for you. And it really is exciting, right? Comfort and joy and knowing that the divine is flowing through you to be a beacon of light on this planet. I love it. I love it. All right. I think it's a little bit of a shorter message this week. I mean, it's there. There's not much more I can say to it. So I am still working online. If I can be of service, if I can assist you in any way, my divine guidance, life purpose, mediumship sessions, my combo sessions are all available. If you feel like you want to get a group together of 4 to 6 friends and do like a group Zoom chat, Zoom reading, I don't know what the next month is going to be, right? So if you want to gather some friends together, you want to do that, that's available. Obviously, stay tuned, subscribe to this channel, and you'll continue to get weekly updates, weekly guidance, weekly support. Just you being here and being present and watching and viewing is such an honor. So thank you for your time this year. Thank you for your support this year. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being a beacon of light. Thank you for being who you are. I want to close space by thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light for their assistance. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done. All right, friends. So thank you for a beautiful year. We got through it together. Let's move into the next year. Like I just keep seeing that game. You know that game you play as a kid, Red Rover, send, and then the person comes like running through, and I'm just seeing our arms all locked together. We're all band together. And we're standing strong together with Creator, with the divine mother and father. So know that when we stand together, when we're passionate, when we're connected, no forces are going to break us apart. So let's band together. Let's stick together. Let's be love together. And, in that energy of oneness, we are more powerful, empowered. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. God loves you so much. Trust in the divine, trust your intuition, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.